My glass is looking rather empty, so let's get right into this. Hello and welcome to Whiskey Whims with me, Stuart. Today I wanted to go through a couple of my recent purchases just to basically show you guys, and maybe it'll intrigue you and maybe you might want to buy some of these as well. So we'll start, I'm not going to go through any order, we'll just start where I want to start basically. I was going to do chronological order, but some of these I've purchased and I can't remember when I purchased them, so that's going to be a bit hard to do. So we'll start with the single cask purchases. This word has no meaning now. So the single cask is an independent bottler. I'm pretty sure they're based in England, London. I think they're based in London. It might actually say on here. It says it's bottled in Scotland, but I was almost certain they were based in London. I might be wrong. I must be wrong. It does say bottled in Scotland. TW9 4FE. God knows where that postcode is. TW9. Surely that's England. Anyhow, this is a Dalyun 12-year-old. I think I've had maybe 1 or 2 Dalyuns in the past, so it's something I kind of wanted to explore more, and I've heard a lot of great things about single cask, so I also bought a Linkwood 11-year-old, and I also bought this rather gorgeous looking Blair Athol 11-year-old, which has been matured in an Octave, I think it's Oloroso cask. Definitely sure it's Oloroso. Anyway, it's an Octave sherry cask at 53.6%. I'm not sure how many of you know, but I'm a big Blair Athol fan. So I like independently bottled Blair Athols. The distillery bottlings, the Flora and Fauna, I'm a big fan of that. Other bottlings, I can come and go with them. But independently bottles I love. So I got the Dalyun because I wanted to try and explore more Dalyun, so I've got a full bottle to do that. 58.7% bourbon, and then obviously the Blair Athol. Whilst on the topic of Blair Athol, I also bought another 2 Blair Athols. So currently I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 in my collection, and 4 are unopened, which is about to change in a second because I'm getting a very dry mouth. So we got a 12-year-old from Taunton Whisky. It's bottled in a hogshead bourbon, undiluted, uncoloured and unchill filtered. So that's quite interesting that they've put undiluted on there, because I usually just see unchill filtered or non-chill filtered or whatever and no added colouring. It's quite interesting to see undiluted. The label's pretty cool. I think a lot of independently bottled whiskies now are going with a kind of funky label to drag people's attention. I think the name might not do enough, so it's a great idea, definitely. 12-year-old, 56.6%, and the first bottle of this I actually smashed, took it out for a walk and was taking some pictures. The dog was barking, so I tried to calm him down, and I had a jacket with a kind of kangaroo pouch on it. The whiskey was in the kangaroo pouch. I bent over and it smashed into oblivion. There's so many pieces. I was going to say into oblivion. Is oblivion right? Anyway, I obliterated it. It was smashed. I managed to taste a little bit of it, but only on my finger, and the rest was just broken glass and tarmac. So this is getting opened right now, and I am so trying some of this. It tasted amazing from what I tried, and I don't really want to kind of jinx it and smash it again, so I'm opening it because I had to pay next day delivery. I had to buy a brand new bottle just because I'd stupidly smashed the bottle and not opened it and tried it first. So little plastic cork or whatever, I don't know what the material is, synthetic cork. So we'll let that sit for a while, and the next whiskey is from Whiskey Broker. I've never purchased from there before. I've seen them on social media quite a lot. Plain label, nothing dramatic as the Taunton Whisky bottle. It's 10-year-old, it's done in, I think, red wine barriques. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't say, but it's definitely been matured in red wine. Oh yeah, it does say red wine barrique. It's single cask, natural cask strength, non-chill filtered, no added colouring, and may contain sediments. This doesn't have any sediment in it. The Taunton Whisky does, which isn't a big big issue anyway. It's added flavour, isn't it? So we've got 2 Blair Athels, and I'm really excited to explore both of them. Another couple purchases were from auction. I have always kind of wanted to try Boutique Whiskey Company whiskey. I think I've had maybe one dram from a friend, and it was good, so I thought I might explore more. And we have a Benrinnes, which I'm also finding a kind of passion for these days. So we've got Blair Athol, Springbank obviously, and now Benrinnes. So I'm going to be pretty much out of pocket soon. This is a 17-year-old. It's only 50 cl, which is a bit annoying. I think they only do 50 cls, and I think this cost me £60 on the auction. So it wasn't too bad. Was this 60? Yeah, this was 60, and I think this was 40. So yeah, £60 on the auction, not too bad. 17-year-old, 47.6%. I believe these are non-chill filtered, no added colouring as well. And it has a little funky label on the front, as all boutique whiskey do. So yeah, I'm excited to try this. Hopefully this compares to my Cadenhead 23-year-old and also a Cadenhead 18-year-old that I've had, because I've been really enjoying Benrinnes recently. Next is a Dufftown 11-year-old, and the reason for buying this is because Stevie, my girlfriend's dad, gifted me the kind of remains of a Dufftown 29-year-old, and it's a lovely lowland kind of characteristic whiskey, and I just love that feel about it. I'm not sure if Dufftown is lowland, I don't think it is. I think it's Speyside, but yeah, it's got a real lowland character, that 29-year-old, which was it A.D. Rattery or whoever bottled it. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. This is bottled for the Milano Whisky Festival. It's a diamond rum cask, so that's going to be quite interesting. I've been saying for a while I want to explore more rum finished whiskies. I want to explore really different whiskies, and definitely like McMyra with green tea. That's just right up my street. I want to try and explore a lot more cask finish or cask maturation, see how that works out. So 11-year-old, distilled March 2008, bottled 2019, and it's finished for 20 months in a diamond rum cask. They're only 326 bottles, and I'm pretty sure this only cost me about £40 or £45 on the auction. So even if I do not enjoy it, I don't think I'll regret dropping that kind of money to explore this type of whiskey. I love the label on the front with the kind of mushrooms and sea urchins or whatever they are, kind of underwater. It's either underwater reef or it's magic mushrooms by the looks of things. Quite funky, quite psychedelic, and that kind of drew my eye to it, and then I realised it was Dufftown, and I thought, yeah, why not? Next is a whiskey by Bruce Willis. It's not, I lied. It says Bruce Wills, and the first time I saw it I thought it said Bruce Willis, so it was kind of, that's why I'm saying it. It's not funny, it's fine. 2 distilleries, 2 casks. This is Kilcard. It's Kilcoman and Ardnamurchan. So on the front you've got Alex Bruce from Ardnamurchan and Anthony Wills from Kilcoman. The Ardnamurchan, it gives you the cask number, the cask type, PX Sherry, Barley, Concerto, 30 ppm. Kilcoman, cask number 424, cask type Bourbon, Barley, Concerto, 50 ppm. So you've got a slight variation in the ppm, but the same barley, and the cask types are different, Bourbon and ex-sherry. Gives you a lot of information on the label, which is brilliant. 50% ABV. This was £65, I believe, from Royal Mail Whiskies. £60, £65, right about there. And I've been urged to buy this by several people, so I thought I'd take the plunge and see what it's like. Once again, it's unopened. I think actually almost all these bottles that I'm showing are unopened, which is shocking. But I'm finding myself trying to finish whiskies rather than opening whiskies first, like finish them first and then open another one. Because I used to have a bad habit of just pretty much opening everything, and then I have too many whiskies to choose from. Whereas if I've got a limited number, at least I try and finish them first. But then I end up buying more and it just piles up, and it's like a rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland and all that good stuff. So yeah, really excited to try that. I think I'm going to have a little break because my throat's getting a bit dry, and I'm going to try this whiskey. Oh, it's nice. It reminds me of the so this is a 12-year-old Charlton Blair Athol, and it reminds me of the, I think it was a 14-year-old I had from Distiller's Art. Vanilla, creamy, hay, straw, barley. It's quite... It's a bit prickly on the nose, I won't lie. I love Blair Arthur whiskey. It's creamy, vanilla. It's just once again barley, kind of milled barleyness. It's raw. It's like being at a distillery. It's very raw. That's how I can describe it for now. There's definitely going to be a review of this. It's lovely. Need more time with it. Anyway, next is 2 Carden Head purchases, Deanston and Ardbeg. So I went into Carden Head in Edinburgh to pick up Long Row 13, I believe it was, the Chilean red wine finish. And whilst in there, I, not regretfully, but I stupidly said, I can't believe I missed out on the Ardbeg 26-year-old, which I did miss out, and I was thinking about buying it. And then they told me that there was one that hadn't been picked up and it wasn't getting picked up, and it pretty much have to be bought there and then. So I had a lot to think about it. I ended up buying the Deanston whilst I was thinking about it because, once again, rum matured whiskey, 11-year-old, Carden Head, not had a bad Carden Head, and I wanted to explore more Deanston. I've only had one bottle of Deanston, so this is my second. I've had a few samples, but hence the reason for buying this. Anyway, on to the important Ardbeg. I ended up buying it because they said, buy it here and now, it'll be gone within the month, or within the week, whatever. So I ended up going in to pick up one whiskey that I'd already paid for and came out with bloody 2 whiskies. So the Ardbeg's a special one for me. I share a connection with Stevie, my girlfriend's dad. We both have a kind of fondness for Ardbeg in the sense of, what's it called? Not nostalgia, the word for it where you're kind of blinded by it. I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it. You have a... Nope, it's lost. The word's gone. Anyway, it's 26-year-old. It's bourbon, bottled winter 2020, distilled 1993, so 2 years before my birthday, the year of my birth. And I think I've got an occasion when I want to open this. It won't be just any kind of drunken night, get it open type thing. I think I have got an occasion. I'm keeping it for that occasion. But I'm not going to tell you what the occasion is. So, yeah. The Deanston, £75, I think, £80, and the Ardbeg was £350. So we'll forget about that. Next is not even a whiskey. It's something else I've been wanting to explore. I like to explore. I like to try new things. And this is from Thompson Brothers. I tried it in the Royal Mail whiskies when I was picking up a whiskey. It might have actually been one of the other Thompson Bros Campbelltown. I think it was actually. I think it was the Campbelltown 5-year-old blend or whatever. So they said, why don't you try this? And this is a Taunton Brewers Rum. It's from Diamond Distillery. It's 14-year-old, 56% ABV. And yeah, I want to explore more spirits that have an impact on whiskey. It's quite spirity on the nose, quite almost like varnish, but in the glass and on the palate it is a rather lovely rum, almost said whiskey. But yeah, I want to get more into this, and I'm sure I will enjoy it the more I get into it, but the nose for me is a bit off-putting. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say on that. The next thing I purchased was a Springbank 21-year-old from the Lockout Bros, who are situated in North Berwick. Hopefully I can get down to their shop at some point and have a look about. It was distilled in 1993, which was 2 years before I was born, and bottled in 2015. This was about £150 or £125, so really cheap for a Springbank 21-year-old. And I love Springbank, definitely one of my favourite distilleries, probably my favourite distillery. It was bottled and sourced by Morrison & Mackay. I think they're the same people that do the Carnmore range. Cask strength, 49.4%. It comes in a little box with some little straw and stuff. Nothing fancy. 250 bottles. Nothing out there extraordinary with the bottle and the box. And I do like the label on it. I think the label's pretty cool. The Brothers Reserve. And it locks up like that from the Locket Bros. Yeah, I am really happy with that for sure. 125, £150, however much it was for a Springbank, has got me really excited. So thanks for watching me ramble on about what I've bought, and I'm pretty lucky with what I can afford and stuff and what I can buy. So I hope I wasn't too almost showy offy in a sense. I just hope people get enjoyment out of watching. Kind of sounds almost narcissistic, or not narcissistic, but quite self-centered. Saying something like, hope people get enjoyment of seeing what I've bought. But basically, I hope people like to see kind of what I'm buying and why I'm buying things. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Stuart. This has been Whiskey Whims. I'll see you later.